This is Rapid Android Designed for Love Mission 1, which is a visual novel about love conveyed through mechanical body horror and talking to a very polite cultist. Now, I have to read to you the content warnings because that is the right thing to do. And so, the content warnings say body horror, which is kind of apparent, depictions of unhealthy relationships, and loud or sudden noises. Maybe both. So, we'll just start. Yes. Hello? Can you hear me? Stay silent because I mean. Rabbit? Hello? If you can hear me, please say something. Remain silent. Oh no. This is very concerning. But everything looks fine on the screens. Maybe it isn't his ability to hear, but his ability to respond? Rabbit, if you could hear me, blink twice. What could be difficult? I should save. This is clearly important. Close your eyes. What does that mean? Just one blank. Rabbit. Yeah, shut the hell up already. You can hear me. Phew, I'm so relieved. If you thought I couldn't hear you, why did you think shouting would work? It's a very good question. Nat, hey, don't change the subject. You were pretending not to hear me. Another genius deduction. You don't have to be so cruel to your father, Rabbit. Father. Ahem. Moving on, it's been a while, hasn't it? You're due for a checkup. Let's proceed, shall we? We are not in good condition. We'll start off simple. You ready? Unit, what is the key to victory? Um, bravery? I assume obedience wouldn't always be the answer because sometimes your higher ups are stupid. Bravery. Unit, what does it mean to love? To persist through it all? That means that love is just, an obstacle. To regard it preciously, to give yourself away, this is unhealthy. This is also unhealthy. We'll pick the normal option, to regard it preciously. Unit, it was in the Black December. And each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor, for the rare and radiant maiden who the angels named Lenore is a fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my very core. Phoenix? Describe a phoenix here? Ghosts are cool. Unit's darkness there and nothing more. But the silence was unbroken and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore, merely this and nothing more. Why is there just randomly a poem? Sure, this one. An angel sings to us, descending upon wings of steel. I am grateful. A fox and an owl catch a mouse in their trap. All is devoured. A wolf snaps the neck of a deer. Bones crack and shatter between her jaws. It's a wonderful day, and all is well. I am alone, and all is well. Excellent work, Rabbit. You haven't lost your edge, even after all this time. I'm not sure if you mean edge as in, the regular definition of edge, or you mean like edgy edge. How long has it been? Would you look at the time? You gotta ship out in an hour. I won't waste your time with small talk like this. He hasn't changed a bit. You're sending me on a mission already? Yes, it's important to keep your skills sharp, Rabbit. My skills can't get dull. I'm an android. And so you keep reminding me, well, perhaps there is another reason we chose you for this mission. Uh-huh. Well, you'll be seeing an old friend. Not for a friendly chat, I assume. You can be friendly about it, just cut down on the chatting. Who is it? Well, that's a lot of wells, Angel. I didn't think I'd ever see her again. I don't think I wanted to. If I'd been asleep for that long, it's a scary thought that she might have changed while I didn't. Oh, she must have changed somewhat if she's holed up in the air. Talk about gaudy. I didn't think I'd hate it this much, but this place seriously gives me the creeps. Since when am I such a scaredy cat? Right, it's just some dusty old temple. What on earth am I so afraid of? Loud, metal clanging noise. Hey. Yep, it's me. Jeez, isn't it bullying at this point? Huh? Bullying? On what grounds? Come on, you don't seriously expect me to believe you, you know. Don't tell me you're still skeptical. How could it not be? You expect me to believe that someone like you would, you know. Love you? Yeah. You can't even say the word, huh? Oh, it's stupid. Androids don't fall in love, Angel. What about the others? Those lunatics? Our coworkers, yes. The only thing the fox loves is causing people pain. The only thing Owl loves is Fox's love for suffering. And Wolf, well, I don't think she has any opinions on anything. And me? You? You're weird. You're an outlier. Hey, you don't say that kind of thing to a girl. I say stuff like that to Wolf all the time. You think that's maybe why she doesn't like you? Fair point. What about you? You claim to still like me even though I'm a jerk. Abrasive. Either works. That doesn't sound like someone in love. Of course it does. Love isn't about blind devotion. If you really love someone, you'll love them, flaws and all. No one really thinks like that. You're committed to your cynicism, huh? Well, I won't try to change your mind. You won't? I like your edge, Rabbit. It's cute. Aww, she likes that we're a little edgelord in trading. Or not in trading, just edgy in general. Cute isn't exactly what I aim for. What do you aim for? Huh? Fox aims to pursue pleasure at any cost. Oh. Owl aims to satisfy her curiosity by indulging in Fox's schemes. I'm sure Wolf has her own goals, even if she isn't open about them. What about you? Do I need to have a name? Can't I just do my job? Of course, but that's a short-term solution. I can guarantee there'll be a day when you're forced to live without your strings, without anyone telling you what to do, how to dress, who to kill. When that day comes, you'll have to decide for yourself what matters most. Or else you'll waste away unfulfilled. Reassuring. I always am. What about you? Me? What's your aim? To be a kind and lovable angel. Huh? If I can make people happy by being their savior, I think that'll fulfill me. You know you're not an actual angel, right? And you're not a real rabbit, yet I always catch you hiding away in dark dens to evade the gaze of a fox, an owl, and a wolf. Maybe that's why I like you so much. We can fit together well, right? I'll serve as your sanctuary, protecting you from harm and anything that'll make you cry. And in exchange, you'll have to love me. Deal? No. No thanks, Rabbit. Oh. Lancelot? You are awake. Who are you? Hello, my name is Lancelot, and I will be your guide into the civilization of Eros. So, the love cult? Huh? You do not remember why you're here? Perhaps a mysterious force compelled you? A deep, empty yearning in your heart dragged you to our humble domain. I know. What's going on? You appear to still be suffering effects from your head injury. Hello, I'm Lancelot, and I will be... No, that isn't what I... Hey, are you referring to the head injury you gave me? I'm referring to the head injury I healed you from. You don't get to brag about healing someone if you're the reason they were on the brink of death. Deaf? I apologize. I did not realize you were that fragile. Fragile? Had to pick up the pipe. We're doing this. What are we doing? Are you gonna fight each other with crowbars? I mean, steel pipes? Fighting. Apologies. The queen was very adamant that I maintain a non-hostile presence for newcomers. Yes, you just battered me with a steel pipe. Except in the case of a suspected intruder. I apologize, but since you came in a military-registered vehicle and stepped out of it heavily armed, I had pegged you as a hostile force. Well, maybe you shouldn't be so hasty to peg people without due process. Man, the phrasing here is... okay. I apologize. I will ask before pegging you in the future. Yeah, I don't like how you phrase that for some reason. Alright, let me get everything straight for a second. So this is the, civilization of Eros, right? Yes, have you come here with prior knowledge? You could say that. I suppose unusual. But do most people show up here by accident? Guided by a humble yearning. Whatever you said. Yes, many of our members found themselves waking up on the steps of the temple without any memory as to how they got there, and in some cases, without knowing who they were. Why do I suspect you've been hitting people over the head with steel pipes so many times that, you know, people are starting to lose their memories? That's sketchy. Some would call it a spiritual calling. I would call it brain damage. And some would be indoctrinated. Indoctrinated? Yeah, I mean, it's some kind of love cult, right? A cult? Sorry, community. Gated community. Do not apologize for your slip of the tongue. Instead, apologize for the cowardice you displayed after the fact. I'm not as fragile as you assume, young lamb. I would much prefer you show your ugliest raw self and serve me sweetened platitudes. Wait, young lamb? Yes? You have come seeking guidance, correct? Plus your hair is fluffy and white, like a... rabbit. I'm a rabbit, I'm not a lamb. You appear to be an android. Right now I am, but modeled after a rabbit. That's my name too. Rabbit is not a name. It's my name. I'm sorry to hear that. Why are you so mean to him? Big words coming from you, Lancelot. My queen has graciously bestowed this name onto me, and I wear it with pride. This name is a symbol of my devotion, work, and labors endured. So you're cheating with her, and ours is just kind of 5 feet under because, you know, you cheated with Guinevere, I assume. Oh, maybe that's the reason why they're a love cult. It's just a bunch of affairs. Oh man. How do you wear your name? Well, I do look like a rabbit, to be fair. I suppose you've got me there, Mr. Rabbit. Say, you are awfully cynical for a lost soul seeking purpose. Oh, funny that. I'm just nervous. I'm here to kill your queen. Let's be honest. Let's get hit in the head with a steel pipe. Well, in the interest of respecting your wishes and being honest, I'm not a lost soul or a young lamb. I'm a rabbit model android deployed by the Biovore massage program to kill your queen and scavenge her for parts. I see. How may I be of service today? Learned enough, thanks. Do you not care? Ah, yes, Dad. I would recommend that you do not do that. Yeah, why so? Is she actually a super meta unit? You are very small. Excuse me? A confrontation with her would not go well in your favor. Yeah, she's that scary, huh? I'm shaking, really. I would not like to see you die, Mr. Rabbit. It is rare that we get any new disciples, let alone any with such lively personalities. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I do not doubt your abilities, I am simply aware of what our queen is capable of. Aren't you? Thanks for the concern, but I'm not scared of her. Not her, not anything. I see. A stoic then? Or a liar? We'll see. Comforting as always, Lancelot. I'm afraid I was not stationed out here to comfort others. But if you'd like to know anything else about our civilization, I am happy to help. What's the deal with the spice? It's kinda weird. Like, what do you all do? Besides, engage in raw, unprotected love, I assume. I'm hoping it's not what it sounds like. Which is raw, unprotected love. I'm delighted to inform you that you're as wrong as you are juvenile and ill-humored. Hey, I'm not the one who named you guys the Society of Desire or whatever it is. We here at the Civilization of Eros believe in providing redemption and salvation to those who seek it. Redemption? Salvation? Oh my god. Is their queen just gonna be like a bunch of naked androids just globbed together because they made out too much? Those are the words I just said, correct? Right. No, I mean, what do those mean? In this context, at least? Because sometimes that means... I mean, you know what happens, kiddies. You'll know that cults have special definitions for those words. Some which include aliens. You're curious. Splendid. Which one of these services interests you the most? Redemption or salvation? I don't know. They kind of sound like the same thing. The second one sounds like you're gonna, Oh man. If you read up on cults, you know what that is. It's we'll go with the safer option. We'll go with redemption. What do you mean by redemption? How could you possibly offer that? Are you in need of redemption? Not that I'm aware of. I thought as much. That's a quick judgment. You only just met me. How can you be so sure? I have greeted many sinners in my time. Some who come driven by guilt to atone for a crime of passion. Some come with a clear conscience who demand forgiveness as their right. When I look into your eyes, I don't see the eyes of someone who has wronged so grievously. They must wash themselves of their sin. Which means that we don't regret anything, or... we have actually done nothing wrong. Thanks. Well, you were right. I'm not feeling particularly atone-y today. I was just curious what it meant. But by your description, it sounds like some sort of forgiveness package for murderers. You're mistaken. Redemption is available to anyone. It just depends on what you view as a sin. Have you ever wanted to kill the you that cries so much? What? If you have spent your entire life being someone else's tool, an outlet for the rage and dismay, you may begin to view weakness as a sin you're in need of redemption from. So it's the things that we hate about ourselves that we aren't willing to change. So we get someone else to tell us, hey buddy, so you know how you're an absolute maniac? Yeah, you keep on doing that. You keep on being you. I believe in you. You're a great person. Or in this case, you have some deep unresolved guilt and pain regarding your own inability to change your own life, and you're like, please tell me that this is fine, and you need someone else to go, hey buddy, it's all good, don't worry about it, I believe in you, it's okay if you can't change anything about your life, nobody can. I don't think that's a really healthy way of addressing these issues. You're kind of just hand-waving it. You're finding someone to hand-wave it away from you because you can't hand-wave it for yourself. Think about everything you hate about yourself and everything others hate about you. Would you not want redemption from the defects you bear? I'll admit that's an interesting thought. You're saying that your queen's idea of redemption isn't just asking forgiveness for hurting others, but asking for the strength to change the things you hate about yourself? That depends on how you view strength. This seems to be depending on a lot of variables. Well, it is always positive to want to prove to the self. A quest for redemption can always go awry. A criminal may become an over-zealous judge, over-condemning people for crimes much smaller than their own. A murderer may attempt to find a redemption in their original sin, seeing them as a martyr who takes on dirty hands for a greater good. And a young android, looking to no longer be a vessel for suffering, may force themselves to become cynical and bitter in order to kill the part of them that cries so much. Now you're just trying to convince us of something that we don't actually believe in. Well, that sucks. You have a lot of interesting ideas. If that was an attempt to psychoanalyze me, though, I'm not impressed. Of course not. I'm sure you're far too complex for someone like me to figure out, yes? She pisses me off. I'm gonna be honest right now, she pisses me off. Yeah, exactly. Salvation. This salvation thing, I assume that's her main bread and butter, then. An interesting choice of words, but you are correct. Well, how does it work? Our queen finds us when we are in need and gives us the love we need to persist. You do not understand, do you? Sorry, something just isn't clicking for me. I don't get how someone else can be your salvation. That's alright. Allow me to tell you my story then, so that you might understand. To summarize a long and pitiful story, I used to work in a hotel. During my time there, many events occurred. Some were pleasant, others were not. But nonetheless, it was my life. The worst part I find is the memories. Really, how can memories be a cause of pain? They haunt you forever. You're like, oh, I should have done that. Why didn't I do that? I'm glad you're in such a place where you can ask such a ridiculous question. Memories never fully lose their luster. Have you ever tried to recall a notable event in your life, happy or sad, and found you cannot remember the details despite the feelings it evokes being so vivid? That's basically me whenever I watch anime, and then I finish watching it. And then I always look back at it fondly like, huh, that was a nice anime. I don't really remember the details, but you know, all I feel is that it was pretty nice. I have better, more well-preserved memories of weird dreams, really weird dreams, than I do of the stuff I watch at this point. Yeah, I guess so. That is what makes memory so dangerous. The truth is often secondary when it comes to a recollection. What comes first is narrative. If you can recall a memory where you felt so incredibly ashamed, details are forfeit for the sake of rationalizing. Perhaps you were ashamed because you did something inherently shameful, or perhaps you were unfairly shamed by a malicious audience. Which of these is true? It's a fruitless question. The truth of this memory is that you are haunted by shames of your past. Whether you decide to paint yourself as victim or perpetrator depends on what narrative you like to believe. Are memories really such a fickle thing? Undoubtedly. However, that makes them all the more precious, don't you think? All that is worth protecting is fragile. Isn't that why they sent you here? What are you implying with that? You're an android. If you or I break apart and become destroyed, we are rebuilt. If a human is torn apart, they cannot be put together again. So the fragile human is protected by sending us, the resilient, to fall apart in their place? You make it sound so cruel. I would say, maybe this is all cold of me, but I would say this makes pretty much a lot of sense, because from a economic standpoint, it would probably cost more money to lose people, like manpower, than it would to, you know, just repair a dude. Human loss is permanent. Androids, you know, you kind of just build it back up and you're like, yep, it's all good. You lose less people that way, because I think androids should be also considered as people, since these ones have personality and stuff. Do you find it cruel? What? Nothing. Is there any other way I can assist you? Did she ever mention me? So I'm assuming that originally I thought Lancelot was Angel, but I'm taking it that it's actually the Queen that's Angel, because like she's here somewhere. I don't know where. I'm assuming that she's the Queen. Did you ever mention me? Not that I care. She never mentioned any of us, did she? Wolf, Fox, me? Please forgive me. You are that rabbit, aren't you? Did you think there was more than one? I apologize, you are nothing like what she described. What did she describe? Hmm. She didn't make me sound weird or lame in one of her stories, did she? Define lame or weird? You know, like not cool. Define cool? What am I, a dictionary? Cool, like my gun. My gun is pretty cool. She did not describe you as a gun, no? No, that isn't what I... never mind. I'm surprised that you are here to kill our queen. Why is that? From her stories, you two got along quite well. That's all they are, stories. This is reality. Of course, my mistake. I don't suppose I may change your mind about your intent. To kill her? No, that's set in stone. And I simply wish you luck. You wish me luck? You want me to kill her? No, I want you to survive. And for that, you will need luck. A lot of it. If you find yourself particularly damaged, simply let out an agonized cry and I will find and repair you. Thanks, I guess? I've learned enough, thanks. I think I'm good. I'm glad your curiosity has been sated. If only I could say the same for your bloodlust. Hey, I'm not some gun-wielding maniac looking for a random kill. I'm here to kill a fraudulent queen who has indoctrinated countless vulnerable androids. Yeah, pretty much. I wish that I could persuade you otherwise, but I can see from your gaze that you don't intend to be stopped. You're observant. Thank you. It is a pity that you will die. I enjoyed our conversation. I'm glad one of us did, or me too. You know what? You are pretty entertaining, despite being a little bit annoying. Me too. You've been real helpful, Lancelot. You're nice. Not many lost souls delight me with such fervent conversation. Most ask where they are and then move by me. Well, you caught me with one hell of a conversation starter. It's hard not to be curious about the person who gave me a concussion before saying hello. I'm sorry I blinded you, but I am happy that it has led to such a delightful result. Oh no, we're encouraging you to bludgeon more people. You definitely learned the wrong lesson here, didn't you? Perhaps. Thanks for your help, Lance. That is not my name. Yeah, it's a nickname. I do not like it. Jeez, hurry, Lancelot. Thank you. The queen herself gave me this new name, and I wear it with honor. Well, I'd ask for a new one, because, sounds like you might have had an affair. Your input is noted, Rabbit. Hey, lay off my name already, it suits me. I will lay off yours if you lay off mine. Deal. Wonderful. I suppose you'll be heading inside now? Yeah, no point in delaying the inevitable. Then I wish you luck, little rabbit. Thanks. Well, she seemed indoctrinated, nice but totally lost in whatever Angel has been teaching these poor souls. Yep. Alright, that's enough stalling. It's now or never. Looks like it's time to tone. Jeez, what a horror show. How did her taste get so creepy? What the hell is meant to be cleansed in a place like this? I'll admit it's an appealing idea. I mean, columns and columns and more columns. Washing yourself of all the bad things in your life as easily as you wash the dirt from your skin. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a nice idea, but it never really quite works out for most people. Besides the people who can just, kind of accept it. For people who think too much, it kind of backfires because then they start questioning a lot more other stuff. And I think that's the real reason why a lot of people fall out of religion, is because it's a nice idea, but sometimes being told that you are now perfectly fine and good, it's not quite what you feel in some cases. Part of you doesn't accept that, and sometimes it requires a little bit more self-discovery to find something that works for you, instead of just accepting it. I respect that, regardless of what your perspective on it is. If the religion aspect works for you, I respect that. If it doesn't, good luck on your journey of self-discovery. A comforting delusion. What? I feel faint. What's going on? Oh no! Is there like toxic gas? It smells strangely sweet. I can't keep my eyes open. Hey, can I ask you something? Sure. I didn't do something wrong, did I? What? Of course not. Then why are you ignoring me? Ignoring you? We hang out every day. You didn't have lunch with me today. Oh no, she's clingy. I told you I had to give Wolf a message from Doc. Does she matter more than me? What? Nothing, it's fine. Technician 1, I'm sorry, though I'm afraid the unit will have to be rebuilt. What the hell do we pay you for? None of you helped him? We tried our best. If this is your best, I think Wolf picked the wrong target. I'm sorry. Hey, do you want to hang out? Sorry, I've got to help Fox prepare. Wait, no. Did they destroy Wolf? Who did they destroy? Is Angel just taking out androids left and right because we won't hang out with them? Oh no, not Fox. Sorry, I've got to help Fox prepare for their next assignment. The next assignment? That was with Wolf, right? So, she'll be there. Yeah, why do you ask? You've been getting along with her a lot recently. It's nice. I'm glad you finally feel like you're fitting in. Thanks. Tell me again what happened. Everything was operating as normal, but once the rabbit unit entered the cargo bay, the wolf unit went berserk. Oh no. So, did Angel rewire Wolf? She didn't even say a word. She just left at him and started, well, tearing him apart. Hey, what are you up to? I'm heading off to meet the others. You know I care about you, right? Of course. I'm concerned about you. It's not safe, you know? You're not like them. This is what they meant by toxic relationship. Don't look at me like that. I'm just looking out for you. They might seem nice, but you never really know what people are capable of. What does that mean? It means I love you, Rabbit. And I want to strangle you because I understand what you've been up to. Do we have any idea why? Did they have some sort of falling out? Unlikely. They got along pretty well. I don't often bite through the intestines of people I get along with pretty well. And what if you couldn't recognize them? What? Yep. You aren't mad at me, are you? My intestines! I didn't mean for this to happen, you know? It wasn't supposed to go like this. It seems like someone was tampering with the wolf unit. What? It was far from a professional job. We performed a vivisection on the wolf unit when she was incapacitated, and it was a mess. A lot was damaged. We assumed for recklessness while searching for what they wanted to tamper with. Which was... It seems someone set her to see the rabbit unit as hostile. It wasn't my fault. I was just trying to look out for you. I thought that if you understand that she wasn't who you thought she was, then... That's not... Oh my god. Oh, I'm dying. Stop looking at me like that. I didn't know she'd go insane like that. I love you. I'm sorry. Unit, what does it feel like to love? Pain. Pain and only pain. It makes you so euphoric you stop feeling anything at all. All love is like this. That's what she told me. I believed her blindly as I had never known any different. I could hardly breathe in that warmth, like a tender hand clasped over my mouth that wouldn't let go. This is, if you agree with her. This is, if you're like, don't agree with her. And this is just kind of a statement. I just gotta say this. Unit, show me your devotion. A love like this can only swallow you whole. Love favors the blind. Knife in hand, I'll carve out my eyes. Under your loving touch, I melt away, leaving behind the body of a human. So... the first one is just like, this love is kind of bad. The middle is like, I agree with this wholeheartedly. And the last one is... the love is kind of something they need. Something he needs because it is, it humanifies them, I guess. It makes them human in a way. It justifies your emotions, I guess. Let's go with the first option. Unit, how does it feel to have the warmth of another person's skin on yours? To have blood that fuels a heart that beats for no other purpose than to live? Wires are a futile placeholder for veins. Silicone flesh suppresses any sensation to be felt. Later, I thought it were a blessing that I couldn't scream. Last one is just love is painful. Middle one is I feel no love because I am edgy and because I am robot. First one is I honestly don't know how to interpret the first one. We're in pain. And if it hurts, I'll make it all better with a kiss. An angel's love can only ever be this sweet. Like a fine liquor, sweet to the taste, but stings when swallowed. I wish to be drowned in this love. My sanctuary has been profaned by my histrionic whining. I'm gonna pick the first option. Cause they all kinda suck. Cause all of them like I'm kind of into this, but I think in this case maybe I'm not into this. Wow. Unique to the dirges of this hope that melancholy burden bore. But the silence wasn't broken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore, merely this and nothing more. I think this was an Edgar Allan Poe poem, wasn't it? Not quite sure. Haven't really read Edgar Allan Poe. I probably should. What was the question again? Oh no, we'll just pick the first option. Doesn't matter anyways. Yet to still the beating of my heart I stood repeating. Let me see then what threat is in this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. In there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Sure, we'll go last option. Oh, for many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. 4 is a nice number. My soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor. Is this a poetry recitation? Shall be lifted. Yeah, what are you? Hello. You appear to be distressed. We have got to stop meeting like this, Lance. Hello. Right, or should I call you a-hole? Excuse me? You knew that would happen, didn't you? I apologize, I was giving strict orders not to spoil the surprise for new recruits. What a fun surprise it was. It's a harrowing yet necessary experience to relive your past traumas with love and toxic relationships and angels that are more demons than they are angels because they think they know best for you. So, what is it? Excuse me? What's behind the trick? How do you guys store the dove up the sleeve? When I was out cold, I couldn't help but notice a sweet smell, almost like lavender. Now all I can smell is the damp stench of these mold-covered stones and the acrid rot of synthetic blood. You are observant. Perhaps you miss your true calling as a detective. Don't be cute. You would look nice in the outfit. Your inclinations are correct. The initiation process makes use of external forces to encourage neural authenticity in their devotees. Neural authenticity? You're saying you drugged me, right? That's not my doing, I assure you. I'm not permitted to leave my post outside. Why are you here then? And yet you're here. We're your accomplices anyway. I'm surprised you leave me unsupervised. Lancelot. What aren't you telling me, Lance? A lot. I'm not hiding anything, Mr. Rabbit. If you wish to know, my fellow citizens of Eros are currently incapacitated. What? How? It appears that they suffered blunt force trauma to the head. Did you take a liking to us? Uh-huh. Don't suppose it was with a steel pipe, was it? Who's to say, detective? Something like that is hard to deduce. Why would you attack your own pals? You're not rampant, are you? I assure you I'm neither unrestrained nor violent. I believe one of those. I do not know why. Well, I do not understand what persuaded me to pick up that pipe. At one moment, I was enjoying my duty stationed outside, thinking of our wonderful conversation. You just want more conversations. Then I heard the screaming. A routine occurrence I've become much accustomed to. You don't sound like it. I assure you, I have long accepted the unpleasant nature of our queen's work. Then what changed? You asked for help. Oh, it's the screaming. That memory was so painful that we started screaming subconsciously. We couldn't help but scream, I guess. And so that's why she came to our help, because she said, if you scream, I'll come for you. I guess that was probably, the pain of getting torn apart by our comrade. Or it's the pain of getting torn apart by our other comrade. It's only natural that you do not remember. It is true that I am not permitted to enter the temple, yet I figured if I were brief and caused no harm, then I could be forgiven. She really is working on the logic of ask for forgiveness second. That's why she was like, atonement. Atonement is a thing. Don't worry about it. If you just atone in the future, it's all good. This is what happens when you tell people this. They start doing stuff like this. When I found my way to the central chamber, I saw my fellow devotees standing around you, as if they were ravens awaiting a feast. I felt a strange discomfort fill my chest. She's getting a little bit possessive. But you know what? I think it's because Rabbit is kind of cute in the way that it's like, he's trying his best to be edgy, and then it's like, oh, look at him, he's trying his best. Aww. Precious. I believe you might call that feeling guilt. Oh, never mind, it was guilt. It was a feeling I had become long accustomed to. I was ready to return to my post when you said the strangest thing. Please help me. How is that strange? Because next thing I knew, my pristine dress bestowed upon me by our queen was torn as I stood victorious in a conflict I barely recall participating in. Yeah, you're definitely violent. You really did that for me? I am unsure. Surely it's absurd to throw away the only companion you've ever known on a whim to aid a total stranger. Sure is. But you did it anyway. How unfortunate it is to lose your rationality for the sake of another. Don't I know it? You're pretty cool, Lance. A lot. Yeah, I've got to loosen up, though. Ah. Uh-oh. What's this? What's going on? How silly is it that such prolonged, agonizing doubt can be assuaged so easily? What does that mean? It means that I am to thank you. I have no doubt that I made the right choice. Come on, don't get sappy on me now. Oh man, I think this ties into what I was saying earlier about how, telling somebody that their sins can be forgiven, it doesn't always work because sometimes it matters most if you yourself believe in your sins being forgiven. Of course, you're far above such things, correct? Yeah, exactly. Do you still seek to kill our queen? What? Are you still loyal to her, even after you turn on your own friends despite her? I have said it before, Sir Rabbit. It's not our queen that I fear for. Although I am still positively inclined towards our queen, I recognize that my options here are limited. You could try and stop me, and then do all my hard work? No, I understand that this is a matter that you must resolve yourself. Whatever the outcome may be, it will be because of your will. Thanks, Lance. A lot. One last lecture for the road, huh? I'm happy to oblige. Also, Sir Rabbit, you have improved yourself in my eyes. The bravery you display makes you admirable, far above a simple mister. Oh, thanks for the promotion. Be safe, Rabbit. I will. I'll try. It's too late to turn back. I need to do this. I want to see her again. No, all three of these could be valid answers. This is some cost. This is also probably maybe a little bit of sunk cost as well as guilt, as well as it is our mission after all. And maybe I want to see her again is probably a little bit of vlogging. So I need to do this. Open the doors. Once upon a midnight dreary. What the hell? Suddenly there was a tapping as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. It's the Raven from Edgar Allan Poe. What are you? But a rare and radiant maiden with an angel's name, Lenore. Don't you remember? With a fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my very core. Nope, she's worse than a bunch of androids piled all up together. I'm an angel. You can't be her. You can't even recognize your own beloved's face? Angel, what the hell is going on here? Such uncivilized language. You shouldn't use harsh language around a girl, you know? I'm not messing around. What the hell is all of this? A weird temple to nightmares? Lancelot, just who the hell do you think you are? Do not raise your voice at me. My little rabbit, surely you didn't seek me out to ask such meaningless questions. Surely you didn't expect this to be a social call. It can't be whatever you wish, if only you put down that ridiculous weapon. Sorry, I'm somehow struggling to see the appeal in that. You seem to take my mercy for granted, little rabbit. Even after everything you've done to me, I still welcome you with waiting arms. What I did to you? You mean, leave you like a sensible person? Are you really that delusional, or just trying to piss me off? Silence! Even an angel's tolerance has its limits, my love. Take all the hate that you feel and direct towards the ones who truly deserve it. Yeah, and who would that be? Don't you recall? The one who tore you apart was Wolf. The one who split you open and gorged himself on your innards was Wolf. Don't tell me you've forgotten. You messed with her head until she couldn't tell who was her friend and who was her target. What a twisted joke. I'm starting to think you enjoy my reprimanding. What else could cause such disgusting disobedience? The only thing twisted here is you. You know, some sick part of me wanted to see you again, Angel, and exactly the way you think. I had every intention to kill you as soon as I received the order, but there was this hesitation. An urge. Some diseased part of my mind craved you. The sweetness you brought me was enough for me to ignore the rot that devoured me. Like an idiot, I indulged in this fantasy my fevered mind concocted. I'd see you again. In this dream, you were happy to see me. You took my hand and apologized for all you ever did. Better than that, you told me none of it was real. That you were only ever sweet. All the bitter decay that ate away at me was imagined by my overactive mind. How pathetic, right? Presently, my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. I don't know how I never saw it before. You're not an angel. You're not even halfway decent, are you? I may have rose-tinted glasses, but even I could see the blood in the water. What are you trying to get at, little rabbit? You were always so concerned with saving others, but what about you, Angel? Where's your redemption? Shall be lifted. Who saves you? Hey Rabbit, checking in. I haven't received an update since you landed. Is everything okay? It's terrible. What was that? Everything is screwed, Doc. That answer your question? Not particularly, no. Was the mission a success? Sure. She's dead as well as she can be. Anyway, you're not one to get sentimental, are you? I wouldn't say that, I just like being direct. Flowery language never appealed much to me. I've always hated poetry. Nevermore. I actually really liked this game. I think what stood out was the writing as well as the art. Although I do feel like I'm missing out on a little bit of the context. by not having recently analyzed Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. I do really appreciate the little bits of humor sprinkled in before pain and only pain. I wish the creator luck in whatever they choose to do next. Anyway, thanks for watching.